it was this odd thing that really isn't you, but an odd dynamic that was talking in your ear. All these are odd dynamics talking in your ear. They're tapes that go on and on and on. You got old voices, a lot of old voices. They're programmed right in, thanks to mass consciousness. Programmed right in there. They're programmed deep into your aspects, into your past lives, which really aren't yours. They are actually programmed into tomorrow. Already there are tentacles. Tomorrow. Programmed in. All of the voices are already there, waiting for you to wake up tomorrow so they can start chatting again. The only reprieve you get once in a great while is in dream state, once in a while. But then you don't remember it. You don't remember going to some of these amazing dimensions where you're free of those voices because the voices flood it out before you ever get back. Oh, it's one of the saddest things as I watch you go out there. Some nights you get into the really high realms. Amazing. And that's when you're really, really expressing as you. And then as you're coming back in, kind of like the space shuttle, kind of making its re-entry, saying to yourself, I'm going to remember. What was I supposed to remember? And you got all these voices. Nothing happened while you were out there. Focus, you got work to do today. You're stupid. You're a sinner. Selfish little bastard. And you're separated. You're separated from God. You have to make your way back. The voices start talking. Blah, 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 blah. Truly, stop for a moment. Listen. Just listen. Don't try to block. Listen. Listen to those voices. Where they come from. Whose they are. And not yours, really. Now, sometimes you like to think they are because you're a sinner. But they're not yours. They're programmed in there. They're just there. And they repeat over and over. And, they cause this terrible thing called doubt. It'll get your energy down, keeps you uninspired, makes you just wish for stuff. That doesn't happen. And it gets you really depressed, and it affects your body. We're going to change that. There is a new voice. It's already there. Already there. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to read a special book or listen to a special program. It's already there. Always has been. You just haven't heard it. And it's a quieter voice because it's more real. It's more you. It's a balanced voice, and a voice that speaks the truth, not the S's, not these other things. It's a voice that's been waiting for a safe space and a quiet moment. It's the new voice of freedom. The new voice of freedom. Listen to it for a moment. Doesn't sound like or feel like any of the old voices. Listen to it for a moment. You may not even hear words because it's really a feeling. It's a resonance. Remember when we went on the dream walk the other day, for those of you who went? We didn't speak. We radiated, illuminated, inspired, but we didn't talk words. So listen for a moment. Take a good deep breath. It's the new voice of freedom. It's in your belly. It's in your arms. It's in your feet. It's in your heart. It's actually not in your head. The new voice of freedom isn't somebody else's, not mine, not spirit. It's that voice, that resonance that's been there the whole time. Every once in a while you get a glimpse of it, but then after a few seconds or minutes or days, you get pulled back down into mass consciousness, into yesterday and today. It doesn't let you out of today. It doesn't let you go for the dreams, these other voices, the old voices. But this new voice of freedom, not even new. It's a voice of freedom. Total freedom. I'm going to ask Andra to breathe with you softly, gently for a few minutes as you listen to that voice, as you breathe deeply. What to do? Talked about a new tomorrow, talked about what dreams may come, about freedom. The interesting thing is actually nothing. Actually nothing except to keep breathing and allowing. Because if you wake up tomorrow morning and say, oh, I have to make this different than yesterday. I better get in there with my human self, my human mind, and I better eat yogurt instead of oatmeal, like that's really going to set you free. I better walk up the stairs backwards, really to fool spirit and your soul. It's not going to work. And if you try to, smash your way out of old prisons, of old dynamics, that kind of forced dynamic actually can work against you sometimes. I'm going to go tell that person off because I want to be free. So I'm going to go tell them what's been on my mind. That's not freedom. That's being obnoxious. Freedom, sovereignty, use the words interchangeably, is a state of consciousness. What happens is once you breathe it and you choose it, once you listen to it, into that quiet voice, then it changes all of your energy dynamics. Actually, you don't need to do anything. You stand there right in the midst of the storm, and it all happens. It's the acceptance. It's the forgiveness. It's the feeling into that new voice of freedom. You actually don't have to do anything. That's the amazing part. You don't have to affect change on a duality, linear, human level. It's like our dream walk the other day. You are in your own dream walk of your own tomorrow. You're just there in your presence. Suddenly, everything aligns itself with you to freedom. Means that some people may go out of your life, new ones come in. Means that some old belief system, some old job, so whatever, it moves, you don't. Remember a long time ago, Adamus told one of his long stories about, it's like being on a bicycle. You think about being on a bicycle, you think about pedaling and moving and action. New energy bike. You're stationary. You're not moving. Everything else is. The landscape, the reality, it shifts and changes. And all you have to do, it's like we did on the dream walk the other day, be in your compassionate presence. That's all. Be in your compassionate presence. No fighting it. No trying to scheme it. Take a deep breath. Feel freedom, sovereignty. You don't have to do a thing. It all happens. And then you have a big smile on your face. Somebody's asking you, how did you do this? I mean, really, this was amazing. This was quantum. How did you do this? What books did you study? What great master did you follow? And you say, I didn't. All I did was take a deep breath and say, all is well in all of creation. And so it is. Thank you, dear Shambra. Thank you, dear listeners. To those of you who are still here for the first time, see you next month. Thank you.